Still have Ezreal open. See what Dplus plan to ban away here and now. Also, last time they played against each other, they banned the Nautilus a fair bit, I believe. And it's going to be a face pick Nidalee immediately off the bat. So now we'll see. Tristana did end up getting banned out. We'll see what Dplus look to take away here. Remember, Chovy can play, you know, the Lucian. We saw him being the first pick out if they need 80 in the mid lane.
Yeah. Maokai is one thing that sticks out. I mean, Lucid, he's been better on Vi and Sejuani, who happen to be banned. Also a fantastic Lee Sin player. And Aiming's playing the Ezreal this game, so they're going to take that away. And we'll see how Kellen looks on this Rakan.
Yep, a lot of CC to layer with that TF. And it's a good matchup for the Braum because it's very hard to stack up passive before the Rakan dips out. Gen.G have a lot of pick potential, have that Nidalee strength, but I don't feel like altogether, you know, their mid and top lane, they shouldn't really have that much pressure in early. Bot lane Ashe is obviously very strong, but Ezreal Rakan can kind of go toe-to-toe, so this feels like it could be a lot more even, you know, when it comes to the draft, but Gen.G just having the nameplates on obviously gives them a big edge. It really comes down to Lucid on this Lee Sin. If he falls behind, you will fall so far behind because the farm lead that Nidalee will generate naturally on top of putting you behind will make this game very hard to come back from. And Dplus's comp is one that requires a fair bit of finesse. You know, you need to play around the stun card, play around locking down targets who come into you, use the Ezreal. You don't have anyone who's that tanky in the composition. You know, Gnar has to be in Mega, Rakan is a squishy engage support. So, a lot of spacing with this composition. Dplus have a tall task on their hands, but I think the draft has given them tools.
They have tools, they're just not easy ones. I'm also looking forward to seeing how Aiming does on his birthday here on the Ezreal. Let's hop onto the rip for game number 1. The Dplus fans always out in force, and I think they can feel something, especially when the Lee Sin was locked in for Lucid, who obviously has a lot of fans here. There's been a lot of hype around this player for very long, and now he's been called up this year. And this is the pick that allowed them to find some angles against Gen.G in the spring playoffs, and I think that, you know, it's not extremely meta. You don't see it all the time, but especially for him to pick it into Canyon's Nidalee.
Yeah. And also,
it takes some guts, let me say that.
But also trust from the team. And I think a lot of people were, you know, it was a different meta during spring, but we saw a lot of like Lucid on these tanks. There was always the, will he get 2 items this game? No. Sort of meme going on with him. But I love that he's sort of grown as a player into the LCK, and the team trust him a lot, you know, willing to say, let's slam Lee Sin into Gen.G and see what you can do. And picking the TF as well for Showmaker, giving him that setup, that reliable...
There's not a lot of meta champs in Pro that use it, so... yeah, not a lot of action, but now we're going to get some. The level 6 ult comes out, immediate cleanse from Paze, and the stun into Kellen, but that does leave Lahens all on his lonesome under a turret against 4 people. They just wait until he uses everything, and then he dies. First blood given over Chemtech Soul. Ox, what is going on? Paze, oh no, Paze, he's going down as he has no flash and he will be taken out. And I don't care about the Chemtech Soul anymore as Chovy is going to be taken down as well. Dplus KIA, they turn that fight around.
Having the extra gold from First Strike and his passive, he's going to be a very wealthy man.
Lahens kind of caught out here. Now he's going to be kicked over, and it's Aiming right here. They're just going to gift him another kill. Lahens just in the middle of no single play.
They're honestly playing so well this game. I mean, they're just answering Gen.G in every scenario.
Oh, Hingen reading the situation, but we've got a Nidalee on the top side. Here comes TF, and the damage into DK. They turn it around. They pick up 2 more kills.
He tries to dive without the wave. He thinks I'm tanky. Gen.G have moved in quickly to get this dragon, but the TP's coming through. They will be contested. Can they get out in time?
Yeah, that's the real question. It feels like Dplus are the ones that don't care about the dragon. The engage a little bit lackluster here from DK. as Lucid wasn't able to find that kick, and now Keen. There's the kick, he knocks up 3, and that's the end of Braum. Should be the end of K'Sante, but who am I kidding? He's K'Sante. They're just gonna go over the wall here and kill Canyon instead. They say, well, the Nidalee's a much easier target, as now Keen, he is isolated, and maybe even K'Sante memes can't save him here. As no knockup, and now a double knockup from him, and Chovy just trying to desperately help, but he gets roped into the fight. And now maybe even he goes down, as everything is going to miss, and he does survive barely. Uh-oh. What's this? Lahen's caught again. He does have the Braum ult in the choke, but it just doesn't matter. The wallets are so heavy here. As Keen gonna hold on to his unstoppable. Meanwhile, P's not allowed to back. Saving just gonna throw an ult into him. Meanwhile, and Keen, he can't get away. There's nothing he can do. The 2 range champions just hold him down, and now it's Canyon going down here as well. As I mean, there's 1 Drake and 6 scrubs that went to Gen.G. 1 turret. That's it. Dplus KIA got everything else.
Yeah, and this
miraculous angle, but we have not seen that at all. And Lahen's, he's dead again. He's just dead again.
Yeah, I think this is like the 3rd time in a row he's died without flashing.
Well, at least the Baron's done. There's that ult, but the kick immediately comes out, and Chovy, oh, he gets followed over the wall. Lucid trying to break his ankles again, as now Chovy up against the wall is going to go down, and Dplus KIA, they bring their giant safe of cash, and they drop it on Gen.G. They've only got 1 kill so far, but they're looking for more, and there it is. Kingen picks up 2, and nearly a kill on Keen as well. Aiming is not missing tonight.
They just don't have the damage. You know, a spear hits Kelling on the back end. It does basically nothing. Inhibitor tower is going to go down. Dplus continuing to push. We'll see if they try and end here.
I think they should, even just for the mental impact. Hey, it's your first loss, Gen.G, and we crushed you. That's what they want to say. 15 kills to 0. I don't know if they're actually going to be able to end here. We got some really slow health, rather low death timers. And we do see Chovy has respawned. So DK, not going to end it just yet, but don't be fooled, guys. This game is pretty much over.
Yeah, Gen.G trying to fish for something. They know that if Dplus
get this dragon down as fast as they possibly can. That's the Chemtech Soul. And now, again, the giant save for cash, the flash away, and the kick comes in on a Chovy. Lucid once again breaking their ankles, and there it is. The front line disappears, and the wallets are so heavy for DK. Kingen, it's like the K'Sante doesn't do any damage. Canyon's still on the run, and still 0 kills for Gen.G.
See Canyon trying to avoid aiming, but he's going to go down.
The plants
won't let him survive. And this, I think, may just be the most one-sided game we have seen this summer to end Gen.G's undefeated game streak. Dplus managed to do it.
You see Showmaker jump out of the chair as well. They are so hyped.
I think ultimately we ended up with Dplus getting good matchups in every lane. Didn't really give space for the Nidalee. And the TF map impact just completely allowed them to take over. I think Gen.G took a lot of fights they didn't need to. But I think switching up the draft will be this first step to get in a more comfortable position. And Dplus on the blue side, returning to that Nautilus ban. They favored against Gen.G last time they matched up. Following through with a Corki as well. Nautilus and Vi both taking off the cards. Definitely means things like the Zeri, pretty high value. But I think here you just first pick the
Wow. Yeah. I mean, the first pick, Ezreal, for sure, especially because they banned Lee Sin.
And now, do we just get the return to Sejuani for Canyon? You know, he's had a season of having fun, playing like Nidalees and Ysira, and now it's like, okay, you know, we lost a game. Back to Sejuani.
I mean, they can get Ashe and Sejuani together. It does feel like...
It's a pretty good pairing.
Kind of the jackpot. Or you just... play Nidalee again.
Yeah, Canyon hasn't won in Nidalee. He hasn't won today a game on Nidalee, so he needs to get it in. He's doubling down. We'll lock that one in. And now Lucid has the choice. Do you want to try and match the pace? I think most junglers we've seen in the LCK would just lock Nidalee here. I mean, not Nidalee, yeah, Sejuani. But does he end up leaning towards a carry after the previous game before he opts to go? Because obviously you don't stack Grasp that effectively against LeBlanc, but if you become bulky, then how do you die?
Yeah, just don't die. The thing is, though, I feel like the LeBlanc is, especially with Ezreal and even Karma, you just have an insane amount of poke. If you get ahead at all, like, is Ashe and Nidalee going to be able to sustain against the against the immense amount of poke and pressure that they do have? I do wonder, personally. As lots of Dplus fans going crazy still. The Gen.G fans still out in force, going strong, hoping that their team can pull off the comeback in this one.
Yep, need to bounce back. I think, like, obviously losing that undefeated record, that's one thing. Losing your undefeated series record for this season, ooh, not a good feeling at all. Would be a dark day for Gen.G fans.
Yeah, but it would be Dplus KIA to do it, and we'll see if that can happen, or if Gen.G are going to make the comeback happen. As we are ready, let's hop into the Rift for game number 2.
I think that's the loudest fan chant I've ever heard.
You know,
out towards the blue side jungle, and now...
Oh, nice flash from Lehens here, and pays. He just knew that if he gets slowed, there's a chance, and now Lucid getting in there. The smite does go the way of Canyon, but now he's being bullied in the river. It's first blood. A big divide comes through, but flashes are down, and the chase potential of DK, they're not going to follow up on it. They say, okay, you take the dragon, but we'll get the kill.
What do you get for trying to exist? They're going to have to TP Chovy to try and defend this. Down, so...
Okay, Arrow is good aiming. He's going to be hit by it, but he does get out. Lucid is going to have to pay the price, but here's Showmaker. They trade the kill back. Kingen trying to hop away. Spear will miss, and now the kiting is coming back. The kite ability of this DK comp, you can really feel it, but they certainly got caught out a bit there in mid.
This champ with the flash on like an 8-second...
Chovy eating into Chovy, aiming gets McHale's though, and now they're being walked by both Karma and LeBlanc. The issue though is that's only damage in the Keen, and they have heals from this Nidalee.
Yeah, Chovy's tanking us, paying a lot of dividends there. The TP flank coming in.
Yeah, they wanted this move up, but I don't think they're going to get it, and they might just die as well. Chovy by himself. He's very tanky, but it's not going to matter all too much. Taken down. Keen is in the back line here trying to do something, but he's tethered up by both Karma and LeBlanc again. Another one-team fight for Dplus KIA, and they will get this Infernal trade.
Dplus managing to navigate it. A great TP from Kingen in the extended trade. Gen.G probably thinking they've won it out. They have an Italy, they have the sustain, but now health bars are low, and they hit a contest.
See if they can. They land that spear on a Lucid, and that might be the angle. The true shot for us goes wide. That one hits Canyon, but now the engage on the Lucid. He's in a rough spot. Showmaker goes down, aiming. Has to try to 1v3. He's got a situation, but that's not going to work. Aiming goes down, and Gen.G win the fight and the drink.
A series of overstays. Dplus punished Gen.G, but
I like that angle, man. He expected them to push out as now they're trying to get in onto aiming, and there's nowhere for him to go as finally the cleanse comes in, and he gets away, but the Jax flanks him. Down goes the Ezreal. That's so much gold taken out of the pockets of DK, and Gen.G find the angle. As Kingen's gonna go down, Lucid's gonna fall. Gen.G will pick up Infernal Soul.
Don't think they'll be able to end right now. Showmaker makes the right move and clears out the wave, but damage has been done. Infernal Soul secured. Gold lead in the bag as well. Gen.G up.
There's a trinket to come down, but they know they're late. I mean, they see it when it's at 7K, and the amount of damage coming out from Gen.G's comp is insane. And Kellen, nicely done.
That's actually pretty slick. You know, timing the McHales to self-use it because you have to pre-use it. So nice moves from Kellen. But ultimately, that's still a big cooldown bin. The McHale's cooldown's a lot longer than the Ashe Arrow, so yeah. Gen.G happy to have gotten that one. Good aim from Pays there.
A little bit of poke is coming out. Trying to push Canyon back, trying to push Gen.G back, but it just feels almost inevitable at this point in time, as the poke from the side of Chovy and Canyon seems to be even larger. Now the ult's going to be thrown in, not going to hit Chovy. We do see Lehens on the front line as Showmaker gets pretty low. Keen following in and kills the clone. Kingen goes into his GA, and now you've just got the entire team right on top of him. Down he will go, and Chovy's looking for the angle. The arrow comes in, hits the support, and Gen.G are looking to extend this to 3.
Looking to take it all the way. Showmaker comes in, but is easily dissuaded.
Lucid's just being burnt to a crisp. There's just nowhere for him to go. And just like that, Gen.G, they get the Infernal Soul. They pick up game number 2. And we will have a full series here between Gen.G.
Gen.G. And even though they won that last game, overall, they have been the worst team in this series so far. So still potential for Dplus to take this one. They just need a reset after that game 2 mishap. And 2 times in a row, they've just completely had control of the early game. We'll see if they're able to do that again.
You see the mix-up in the draft this time. Again, it's just, oh, another one. Lee Sinban instead of Sejuani, and now Ezreal instead of the LeBlanc, and they'll still first pick Nidalee.
Teams in Pro, I was going to say in LCK, but just in Pro, tend to like having Engage and Lockdown, and they have Handshake, Diego W,
Fate's Call,
Zigzag. Not working with a lot in this situation, I'm going to be honest. So may have some struggles if they don't pull ahead in lane. That being said, Kellen's last Renata game had a fantastic performance. He was playing the Engage Renata.
That's what that sign says. It says win with a period.
Well, they have been doing a lot of that, generally speaking.
This one literally says do it, and I mean...
And by it, they mean win this.
Yeah. It's like do it for us, basically. Get it done. It's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would translate that one. I'd probably get it done as close as you can get. Well, this looks like a pretty good comp.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this looks like Gen.G are pretty happy with this one. And this one, like I said, matchup bot, they should have a lot of strength. Matchup mid, I love the Ziggs, but I don't see it meshing together so well.
Let's see how it goes. Game 3, Gen.G, Dplus KIA.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we go. The Dplus KIA fans, they want a series win. They got their crying out after the game win. You know, they stopped the record. They made their own
it's just like,
piece of history.
You know, when you watch your typical...
Comes down, but do they care is the question. That's the RNG, and actually now King is totally fine. A lot of damage already done to Lehens as now the Ziggs bomb from downtown. Showmaker got over the roots, but still going to get rooted as Lehens is in a bit of trouble, but does have Flash. Can he get away from all of the stuff that DK is using? He's just going to accept his fate, it looks like, as a bunch of damage is done to Kellen, but he just sidesteps the Senna ult.
Easy as that.
And a nice little gank comes in for DK.
Yeah, good play. And Gen.G don't really have opportunity to do anything in return.
Kai, so you press R, you enable your Nidalee. It's all the stuff we talked about. The Renata ult does come out, but Kellen's just dead. TP comes out here from the side of King, and they're trying to get on top of Keen, and they will get the reset. Lucid, little angle for him, as now the barrel's going to be hitting this front line, the Hens. Though, not going to be fully committed to, as Chovy is barreling up the...
Interesting camera angles. This tower's going to go down. 6 point drops does that.
Oh boy, and look at this.
Man.
Gotta be ego caught as Chovy just gonna put him down. And no chance, no redemption for him. And Kellen's just on the run. He might get the little disengage cone, but I mean, kind of still in the chase here. We got a root coming in, but nice fancy feet from the side of Kellen to get himself out of dunk. Now they have to back, and Kellen's almost dead.
Oh, hit the engage.
The engage Renata, here it is! The flash on in, and they actually take 2 of them as Gen.G are caught totally off guard, but now the 3v5 being fought here by the side of Gen.G. Couple of kills go their way as they take down the bottom lane, and now the sweep gets Lucid as well. Gen.G, they say 3v5, no problem.
It wasn't even a 3v5, Lance just didn't do anything. It was like a 2v5.
He was there, he was helping.
They just smoked them. I mean, there is a bit...
Oh, yeah. We have Keenan actually an awkward spot here, but who's trapped in with who is always the question. Another Nature's Grasp is going to come in, and you know what? Kellen's just dead. He's not able to do much. He doesn't have the hostile takeover either.
I found it so funny that, like, aiming, like, he, like, hesitated there. He was like, well, should I stay and help you? And it was just like, you can't help him. Just let him go.
Yeah, Lucid's zoned away from the pit. Can't do anything. It's a relatively slow Baron with only 2 people hitting it, but it's still enough to zone them away. Lehens throwing in some saplings as well, and some poke over the wall. from Canyon might just be enough. And DK, they're just going to say, nope. They send it the Ziggs ult, but it's not going to be enough. As Smite comes in, and Gen.G solidified their lead.
Such a suffocating game. And again, I don't see what else you can do in this situation.
Yeah. Well, Dplus KIA, they got to fight over this Drake. They can't let Hextech Soul entirely go over for free like the last couple of Drakes, but now Kellen's caught out. Doesn't have Flash, he does have Fate's Call. But the poke is coming in, the Nature's Grasp as well, and now Kellen is dead again, and in goes the Nidalee. Kenyon's got Zonya's. As the counter barrage is on top of everyone rather, they're just jumping on barrels, and it doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah, they lose Canyon. I don't think it is going to be relevant, but maybe they stall out the Dragon until he's back up. It's only going to be up for 20 seconds when he's not there. There's Hex Gates as well. But Kellen was... that was certainly a choice of the direction you could go. You know, if you think of 360 degrees,
yeah,
there's like a 30-degree angle I wouldn't have gone in, and he opted for that one. Big damage on Pace.
Oh,
there it is!
Oh, here it is! The combo, well, it's at least one circle on top of him. Chovy goes into Zonius himself. He's in some trouble, but he gets the divide, and it doesn't matter, as he will go down the handshake on Akeen. He's in trouble. This is the comeback angle for DK. They're going to get the streak as well, and they're looking for more. The scraps. Lahens. He's going to buy some time as he runs away, but he is definitely dead. Who do you give the kill to? GP or Ziggs? Ziggs, I guess.
It's a Ziggs, sorry. Why did I say GP? Of course it's Ziggs. I'm a Ziggs player. Or GP. Well, I mean, it wasn't GP ult, but yeah.
Yeah, no, just a barrel. And King is dead. He is trying to trade one back, though. He nearly does. Jeez, man, he's got a really awkward spot. He's got some barrels, but it's going to be denied. And the rest of the team is just being zoned away. Fate's Call already used. Now they're trying to turn on to Keen as the Flash handshake is just going to go wide. The Flash stun from Viego, also not great. But now Canyon and a massive hostile takeover. But this is a very broken up fight. The Ziggs is alone. Canyon survives. Down will go Showmaker as Keen gets a kill. And that is going to be huge for the side of Gen.G. You see the scraps of DK just running away. And Chovy is looking to join up.
Get him out!
Oh, God. He is dead. Aiming is dead as well. And there's just no hope for these guys. Kingen on the run. The TP into the bottom lane. They want to end the game now.
Yep, they want to close this one out. Looks like Gen.G will not lose a series today. Their game streak was broken.
TP into the base.
No, get cancelled. Oh! Actually, that's enough.
That saves the game, I think.
That actually saves the game. The wave's small. I'm not certain, Chovy. And with a Hextech Soul, I just don't even know how you approach. No flash and Paze, though. Maybe the science experiment needs to go now.
They're going to have to throw something into that pit, as they don't have any vision, and they're not going to throw anything into the pits. They'll just hold on to their ults. Save it for next game, I guess.
Yeah, I think they really need to get the Edge of Night Shield off Paze to do the science experiment.
Yeah.
No, but like, I know I'm kind of joking about that, but genuinely, throwing those two ults down on a flashless Senna is probably your best way to start a fight with this composition.
Yeah.
When most of the other fights have been throwing Kellen in to his death.
I mean, they just don't have any real engage.
Yeah.
Outside of that, so it literally is engage Renata Glass.
Yeah.
Outside of Viego, I guess, which...
Ludens is a good way to get the Edge of Night. We've seen it before, but if you know, maybe you get an angle here. There we go. It's down.
They got it.
I think now you just send the ults if he steps up slightly.
If you weren't going to use it on the Baron, you have to use it to save your base. And that they will. Here it comes. Oh, look at the damage! Oh! He gets the heal, though. And with Canyon there, he is going to be okay. But look at Kellen. He's nearly dead. And Lahens gets over the wall. The Fate's Call has to be used. Meanwhile, Keen wasn't even there. He's just taking the base. Doesn't care about the kids that are fighting. And now he's looking to fight himself. A lot of low health bars on his team. But, man, the damage out of this team is just insane right now as Keen gets into the back line, assassinates the Ziggs, and Keen is unstoppable in this game. And he will take them down, picks up a triple kill, and that will do it. Gen.G, they lose one game, but their series streak has not ended as they move on to 10-0.
Gen.G still on top. The streak broken, and I think Dplus should be very happy with their performance. Game 3 looked super rough, but they at least made it competitive. I think there are issues that draft talked about extensively. but they still gave a good effort. They still try to punish pace. They still try to bring it back. And I think as much as Gen.G still remains strong on the day and get the win, definitely looking mortal, which is more than we could say for the rest of the split.
Yeah. I look behind me, I feel bad for the DK fans, you know. They got that one win. It was like, it was huge for them, obviously. Everybody was really happy to end the streak of Gen.G on the side of DK, but a bit dejected as they